Hey guys, it's Fire Ginger Wolf back here with the Guild Wars 2 video. For this video, we're going to be doing a necro build. I'm going to be calling it Corrupted Signets. So, looking at this, it's a lot of condition damage and a lot of based on transferring conditions. And I'll go through that here in just a second. So, we're going to switch over here. We'll run through everything, build all builds, trait lines, all that fun stuff. So, to start with, I'm just going to keep this up. So we have, I'm using the staff, the scepter, and the dagger. The reason I'm grabbing these weapons is because the marks become unblockable and generate life force. And the one reason I have this is because with these corruption signet, the corruption skills, you put conditions on yourself. And the idea is that basically this becomes unblockable and I can hit anybody and transfer the conditions to them. That's the idea. So we'll run through here quick. So we're using the curses. So we have barred precision. Critical hits have a chance to cause bleeding and increases bleeding duration. And we have plague sending. Your first attack and after entering shroud transfers conditions. So basically just trying to get those conditions off of me. Furious demise. Gain fury when entering shroud. Gain additional precision. And then we've got the Master Corruption. Corruptions gain reduced recharge time and inflict additional conditions on you, which is okay for a couple of reasons. And then we have Target the Weak. Increase critical hit chance for each condition on the foe. We have gain, increase critical hit chance for each condition. So gain condition damage based on percentage of precision. So we've got that, and then we've got, since we're using the scepter, we've got Lingering Curse. Condition damage is increased while wielding a scepter. Conditions inflicted by scepter skills have longer durations, and Feast of Corruptions becomes Devouring Darkness. And that basically corrupts boons from enemies around your target, inflict torment, and gain life first for each corrupt condition on your initial target up to the threshold. Gain extra life force for each foe struck. So this is kind of an area effect ability, which is going to be quite useful. Then we have Gluttony. Increase the amount of life force gained from all sources. So that's going to be helping our staff abilities here. So we have Soul Marks. Marks become unblockable and generate life force. Sinister Shroud. Shroud skills gain reduced recharge. Soul Barbs. Entering or exiting Shroud increases all damage you deal for a duration. Soul Battery. Maximum life force is increased. And then we have Doomfire. Shroud skill 1 inflicts burning on your target. And then I went with the Reaper, more for the a couple of other things. So the first one we have is you get the Shroud instead of just, you get the Reaper Shroud instead of Death Shroud, and they're more melee and stuff like that. We have Relentless Pursuit, reduces duration of movement impairment conditions, and then we get additional reduction while in Reaper Shroud. Whenever you inflict fear, you also chill. Striking a chilled foe grants might and life force. Chill lasts longer, and chilled foes take increased strike damage from your attacks. And Deathly Chill. Chill deals damage over time. So we've got a lot of ways to do conditions. So we have the when you inflict fear, you chill. The 5th mark is unblockable. It inflicts fear, which is going to trigger this chilling, and when you chill, that does damage over time with the bleeding. And then they also take extra damage. Another thing is, with this chill deals damage over time. The 3rd skill for the staff creates a chill, so they're going to be taking damage from that as well. Another thing I wanted to show was this Putrid Mark transfers conditions. I know I said that already, but this is a reason. Is because we get self-bleeding, self-torment from this one. I'll go through these in here in again a little bit. Self-poison, self-bleed, and self-poisoning, self-bleed. So the idea is to basically try and get all these conditions onto me and then send them out to the enemy, hoping that these conditions will just drop them really quick. That is the idea of this build. It may not work. Very similar to the corruption video I did, but this has a little bit different playstyle. We grabbed the Reaper, so hopefully this works a little bit better. And then we've got our healing, bleeding, and stuff like that. And then we also have the bleeding from the scepter is quite nice. You got the cripple. This is gonna be quite nice. And the reason I grabbed the dagger in the offhand is because you can unleash an insect swarm to blind and transfer conditions to your enemies, and this bounces. So as long as I don't have blindness and I'm in range of 900, this will hit 3 enemies, transferring 3 conditions each time. And if I got 2 enemies, it bounces. It'll go hit the first guy, hit the second guy, and hit the first guy again. So that's the idea. And then we also have lots of conditions. So for our corruptions, we have the blood is power. Bleed yourself to grant might to allies around you and bleed your target. So we're going to be bleeding our target, self-bleeding ourselves, self-tormenting ourselves, and gaining might. And the might is going to be giving us condition damage and power. Then we have corrupt boon. Poison yourself, transform boons on your foe into negative conditions. So we self-poison, self-bleed, transform boons. So basically, if they get rid of the conditions, I can do this again. Then I went with the Signet of Spite. I'm going to do another build for this for sure. I'm going with this one because this has got condition damage aspect. The other one I want to try is the transfer conditions. That would be like the only thing, maybe trying a different set of corruption skills. Other than that, I mean, like, it's just kind of messing around with these different traits and different weapons. So that's the idea, but basically we get bleeding, cripple, blindness, poison, torment, vulnerability, weakness, and extra damage. And then I've got the Plague Lands. Create a virulent cloud that inflicts conditions on foes in its area. This plague inflicts additional conditions every second that persists. Inflict bleeding on yourself. So we inflict poison and bleeding on ourselves, but you get bleeding, poison, torment, vulnerability, cripple, weakness, blindness, chill, which will trigger that bleeding aspect, and burning. So we have a lot of conditions. Hopefully be able to get rid of these conditions and not have to deal with them on us. More get rid of them and send them out. The reason that kind of is that these have 900 range and 1200. So if I'm going into Reaper Shroud, I'm not going to trying to clear myself of conditions before I go, because otherwise I'm going to kill myself in Shroud in 2 seconds. And then for things I grabbed the Carrion amulet for that power, vitality, and condition damage, which is obviously condition damage is going to be big with this, hopefully. I went with the Rune of the Necromancer. I'm going to look at there's Rune of the Necromancer. There is also, I think it's the Afflicted one. Rune of the Afflicted. So it's extra condition damage, more poison duration. Condition damage is the same. You get extra poison duration, extra bleeding duration, and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to check here. So we'll go to this 10,423 to 10,423 to 10,512. So 1309 to... Okay, so it's just a little extra. But the one thing that might be quite useful is the create a death nova at a foe's location upon their defeat. I don't know. That's going to be another thing, too, is messing with these different runes. And then I've got the staff, scepter, dagger. And for each of these, I basically have Sigil of Venom, which is going to increase poison duration, and Sigil of Bleeding for extra bleeding, because this bleeds every chain poisons. And then the staff has got the bleeding. Actually, it's got the poison. But like I said, it's going to be fun testing to see what works out, what doesn't. So we're going to do the 2 games as usual, and then we'll be done. So for Shroud skills, since we got time, usually the order I do is I go 3 to get the stability, 5 to trigger a ice field, and then 4 to in a whirl, which creates ice bolts or chilling bolts, which is going to cause that chill, bleed, all that stuff. And then the burning on the first skill. So that is the idea of this build. It's to play that condition damage at range, to hopefully, get a lot of conditions. Basically, I don't know. It's going to be lots of fun, hopefully. But at the same time, it's going to work. I think it's going to work really good or really bad. Obviously, if a class has a great condition cleansing, it may not work out the best, but it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. That was colder than I was expecting. All right, so we're just waiting on a game. So basically, this is just going to be a condition orient build. Lots of conditions. Hopefully it works that well. We'll see how it goes when obviously I'm in game. I'm quite excited to see how this works. I don't know, like like I said, it's gonna be testing different amulets and stuff like that, because I think there's some with expertise. I don't know if I have them or not. I think there's some with expertise. Maybe there's not. I thought there's some that had expertise, which offered longer condition damage. Maybe not. Maybe that's part of the build or stuff like that. I don't know. I thought there was one in here that offered expertise, which was extra condition duration, but maybe not. Not seeing anything. Nope. Okay. All right. I get 2 charges of this too. So I'm basically, as long as I don't kill myself, I should be able to hopefully deal out a good amount of damage. Like this could be really awesome or really bad at the same time. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, the reason I grabbed the dagger is more for that extra that condition transfer, because basically the only way to get rid of my conditions is with the dagger and with the staff. And so if I can't get rid of my conditions, I'm going to kill myself 100%. So that's where I'm going to try multiple variants. Is like, okay, if we try the other Signet of more condition transfer, and then instead of the dagger, trying out a different stuff. So the names of these builds is going to be based off the skills that are used. But of every video, I will be going over why I grab certain things over others. But it's going to be a while before I get back to this variant this build at some point. But when I do, I'm going to make sure that I go through the whole thing again. Just change the title to Corrupted Signets 1.1 or 2.0 or something like that. I'm going to go through and make sure that you guys know that these are different builds. Like I said, I grabbed the Reaper because the Scourge would have been nice, but this chill damage could be really useful. So I think I'm going to start with the Staff. I mean, I can obviously switch during combat because they allows me to do that. But overall, I think the Staff's going to be one of the big ones, and then when more 1v1 fights, I'm going to try and use the scepter and stuff, just because you constantly have that bleed and poison condition application. So hopefully this works. We'll see. I know I got a lot more corruption signets or skills than signets, but that's the idea, is how much condition damage can I deal out at one given time. So All right, here we go with game 1.
The match starts soon.
The one that's gonna suck is the sell. I actually can get rid of the conditions with this consume conditions as well. So I've got 3 ways to get rid of conditions, and if all else fails, I consume all those conditions to heal myself. Heal myself.
You've captured lion. You've lost dragon. You've lost the field.
Ah! I felt like I did way more damage than that, but okay.
You've captured dragon.
No. No! I killed myself with the conditions. That's the one thing I'm worried about is I couldn't trigger him fast enough, unfortunately. So I killed myself. See, that's the downside is if I can't trigger my skills fast enough, I'm going to kill myself. So it's finding that correct balance of how many do I trigger before I try and get rid of them, sort of thing. Otherwise, I would have probably had them, but obviously I didn't play that well, so. Are you really not going to capture point? Okay. I guess I will.
The Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power. You've captured lion. The artifacts have reached maximum power.
Come on. Are you serious right now? Why can't I move? God. Not doing anything. Unfortunately, I can't do anything because I couldn't stop moving. Like, they feared me. God. It's frustrating. I feel like this is going to work, but it's obviously it's not working. I mean, they're basically on our points, so... And we're all really spread thin. Which does not help.
You've lost lion. You've lost dragon.
it's not doing what I want it to do. I mean, the conditions I feel like are scaring them away, but it's just I can't. It's not doing enough damage. And it looks like we have an AFK or two, so that's awesome.
Lost the field.
That's lovely.
Red team has obtained an artifact.
Yeah, they've
Colosseum
two of them.
artifacts are accruing.
Two of them have given up,
You've lost dragon.
which is lovely.
You've captured lion. You've lost the field. The artifacts have reached maximum power. You've captured lion.
See, like, it does. If I can stay back and not be the main target of attacks, I feel like it does good. I really do. Like, it does really good damage. I feel like it does.
You've lost dragon.
I feel like at some point the conditions just become too much. It's really hard to deal with. Oh, come on. Are you serious right now? Oh, come on. No way. Come on. God, two of them down or three of them down, and we couldn't finish them.
The Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power. You've lost dragon. The artifacts have reached maximum power.
Okay, really? Didn't think I was even near the trap when it went off. I really didn't think I was near that when it went off, but okay. I know where she put them, but that didn't seem to... Sorry, guys. I thought this was going to work better. And when we have a character who, doesn't play, that's kind of frustrating.
Red team has obtained an artifact. You've lost lion.
Oh, come on. What? Like, I swear I trigger the thing and it doesn't go off. I don't understand. Sorry, guys. I thought that would work better. Because I thought I'd be able to, like, get rid of the conditions. But it's just, I don't know if it's just the team I had where I was the main focus, so I couldn't stay back at range. Like, we had two thieves, I think two thieves, and a guardian and a mesmer. It's like, I don't know. Like, you could tell when the conditions hit because they were trying to get rid of them and do all that stuff. But other than I couldn't stay up because I would either kill myself or I'd just become the main target of all the attacks. And obviously, with conditions on me already, that's not going to go well. So, sorry guys for a crappy first game. Hopefully this next game goes a little bit better. Alright, let's see how many conditions we can get on myself. How much damage, condition damage that is. Like, look how much, like, 20-ish stacks of bleeding. Oh, hi there. And the burning adds up, too. I missed. That's a lot of damage. But unfortunately, I couldn't keep myself up to do more than that. Trying to find another game. Sorry, I thought this was gonna work better. Like, I'd be able to, drop a lot more people and stuff. And it's just either the team I had, and I know I wasn't playing the best, but not having a lot of characters who can stand up in front and take damage. We had the Guardian. Otherwise, we had two thieves and a mesmer and me. And obviously, the way I'm playing it is not meant to be up front. It's meant to stand back, get those conditions on me, transfer those conditions to the enemy, and then trying to get somebody down and finish them. That's the idea. But when we only have one Guardian who I wasn't really near half the time, that's not going to help. So, sorry guys. I'm not trying to, I'm hoping some of these will work out where you guys can use them and they'll be fun to play for you guys and hopefully help you guys advance through the ranks and win games so you can get through the season rewards faster. But I guess that's how this game works, though, right? That trial error thing, which I already knew was going to happen. So I guess I can't be too mad at myself for that. Look at all those conditions on the Necro. It's just like, if I can keep that up, I think I have to trigger them once because I self-bleed myself for, oh god, so much damage. Yeah, like 5,000. Yeah, I basically have to trip one of each, get rid of them, switch weapons, you know, then do the other thing. I think I can't have 2 stacks of them. I could try, but I'm cutting it really, really close. Especially since these take time to cast. It's not like an instant thing where I think the Signet to get rid of them maybe is an instant thing. Yeah. And it's instantaneous, so I can basically... So it's the trial error thing, which I knew was going to happen. Hoping it worked a little bit better, but we've got another game to try, so... Alright. I'm going to do another one after this, too. I'm going to do a ranger build. So, be sure to check out for that one as well. I'm going to do survival and stance skill. So the build's going to be a survival stance is going to be the name of it. I know it sounds like, but like I said, it's going to be a combination of the skill names. That's basically what it's going to be. I want legacy. I'd rather have legacy. I like Coliseum, but it's this game is so dependent on many things too, and that's partially, you know, that's the thing that frustrates me is, but it's a trial and error game, 100%, right, guys? So, that's the idea. Is okay, this didn't work. Too many conditions on me. But if I could get rid of them, it works really good. So I've got two Necros, 2 Rangers, and a Guardian. So maybe this will work better. Oh, it's a Dragon Hunter too. That works out really good actually. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to basically trigger 1, and then I've got 3 ways to get rid of conditions: the dagger 4, the staff 4, and then consuming my conditions to give myself blindness, which isn't the biggest, you know, thing, which sucks. But overall, hopefully it works out good. Alright. Oh, it looks like the other ranger switched to a guardian. See, if I had good builds for all my classes, I would totally do that. But then obviously these videos I'd have to, like, you know, this first game was this build and the second game was this build. I'd rather just stick with the build for the 2 games and stuff. And hopefully when I explain them at the beginning of the video, it gives you kind of an idea of what I'm going for. And obviously, you know, playing it may not work, but the idea is there and we can build off that or completely scrap it. But I do want to try different variants of all these builds. Like, I don't want to go, oh, this was crap. I want to try and figure out why it was crap and change it from there. Like, maybe my first game was bad and this game will be better. Who knows? I don't want to go home, but I feel like I end up going home. Okay. So how's the Guardians go? Well, actually, one of the Guardians went home. Okay. Alright, let's do this.
You've lost life. You've captured dragon.
Oh, nice.
You've captured the field.
A lot better.
You've captured lion.
either it's working better or I just have a lot better of a, team and stuff.
The Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power. You've captured Lion. The artifacts have reached maximum power.
Boom. Not even a lot of damage, but I think the conditions are making a huge difference.
You've captured Dragon. You've lost Lion. You've captured the field.
Like, it's just...
Blue team has obtained an artifact. You've captured Lion.
She's gonna get up. I know that for sure.
You've lost Lion.
Come on. There we go.
You've captured Dragon.
Give me that life force. It's working really good. Oh, crap.
You've captured the field.
Ow. Where'd he go? She's in here somewhere. Oh, there he is.
Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power. You've lost the field.
There you go. Like I said, if I play it smarter and better, it probably works out a lot better.
The
But
artifacts have reached maximum power.
we're just heavy on conditions.
Lion. You've captured the field.
Ow.
You've captured Dragon.
Yikes. Okay, I guess I shouldn't be complaining. Oh, either I had a lot better of a team and just the team setup was a lot better,
Team is victorious.
or the build seemed to work a lot better, because I took out that Mesmer like twice on my own, and that worked. I didn't get any top stats either, unfortunately. But, I don't know. The idea is really cool. How effective is it is a different question. But, like, some of the fact that, um, you condition yourself, but you have ways to get rid of the conditions. I think that's kind of a helpful thing. Or in this case, consume those conditions to heal yourself for extra health. Also, you got, like I said, you got the Deathly Swarm, which can bounce, and you also have kind of area of effect to sort of condition transfer, which is quite useful. Um, you have you've got your chilling, from the Reaper and from the staff to trigger this chill deals damage over time. You also have the aspect of whenever you inflict fear, you also chill. So you have the aspect of, okay, I'm going to drop my 5 skill to trigger this, to trigger that extra damage. And yeah, you take extra damage, the chill lasts longer and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I feel like overall, it was good. The one thing I would like to change for the next time would be instead of this instead of this, try the plague signet to transfer conditions, because you're gonna gather conditions from your allies too, and so it may work better, it may not work better. But the fact that you can send 5 conditions, and depending on what conditions I have other ways to get rid of them too. Like I'll have the staff or the dagger, and the idea is the staff takes 20 seconds to recharge, and the dagger is 18. So as long as I kind of stagnate when I take the conditions on, especially with the self conditioning, I can use those ways to. If I don't get rid of all the conditions, I have another way to get rid of conditions, if that makes sense. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I know the first game I didn't go up, but the second game seemed to work a lot better. These are kind of the videos I want to do. Is they're going to be the names of the builds are going to be the types of skills that are in it. So like the last one I used for the engineer. For the first one I did, I used the flamethrower. It's all I used is the flamethrower, and I based a lot of the skills around enhancing the flamethrower. For this one, it was kind of like using those corruption signet. Basically, it was corruptions, but using those, having the extra signet to deal up condition damage. So the idea is going to be using those kind of couple sets of skills to create builds, and then trying to find a way to get those skills with the weapons to work. So that's the idea. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Take care. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.